Hi everyone, this is Jim. I'm making this video on December 4th, 2021, and I wanted to update you all on some of my new CD and vinyl finds. I went shopping over the weekend, bargain hunting, and I found a few things. So on Saturday, December 2nd, I went into the borough of Westchester, the town where I live, and I stopped into a couple record stores. One is brand new called, I believe it's called Hop To It Records. Didn't find anything to buy there, but it's a nice store. And I also went to Creep Records, which is this little hole-in-the-wall store on Gay Street in Westchester. And I did pick up one CD, and that is this one. It's Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes. It's a compilation that was published in Holland. And I don't have any Kim Carnes on CD. So I thought I would rectify that. And it has lots of her big hits, including Betty Davis Eyes. And I got this for $2.99. The sticker was out of date. That's actually a price sticker from the old record store on Gay Street, which was called the Mad Platter. And Creep Records took over some of their old stock, and they're still selling it off. But it's nice. I haven't listened to it yet, just the first couple songs, but I'm happy to get some Kim Carnes into the collection. She's a little bit hard to track down on some of her CDs. I think a lot of it's out of print. Then I went on Sunday to a store that I've mentioned before called Jupiter Records. And this is in Wilmington, Delaware, outside Wilmington on Marsh Road. Wonderful record store. It's my favorite local store. They just have such a wide variety of stuff at all different price levels too. So you can just be a kid getting started with vinyl or CDs, and you can browse their dollar room. They've got $3 budget LPs. They've got brand new stuff. They cross all the genres, obscure genres, stuff that you're not going to find at mainstream record stores, and new stuff, used stuff, a good balance between CDs and LPs, and they even have 45s and cassette tapes and DVDs and all memorabilia too. Love Jupiter Records. So I have some store credit there, and I unloaded a small stack of vinyl and CDs, and they gave me a little more store credit. So I love to just trade with them because I can walk in that store and walk out with a new cache of records, and I didn't have to fork over any cash for it. So, and they give you fair trade and value too. So this one I bought new. And it's Funkadelic Maggot Brain, a Stone Cold funk classic. And I've listened to this on Spotify, loved it, and decided that I needed to get it on CD for myself. And this came out on Ace Records in 2005, and it's even got some bonus tracks on it. So I'm really excited to add this to the collection. Sticking with some other CDs, because that's mainly what I shop for now. We found the Mamas and Papas 16 of their greatest hits, and this is on MCA Records, and it is mastered by Steve Hoffman, who runs the Steve Hoffman forums, which are quite popular on the internet, and a lot of people are fans of his mastering style. So when I see affordable, budget-priced stuff that's mastered by Steve Hoffman, I try to pick it up and check it out. I listened to this last night, and it sounds wonderful. And my wife loved it too, and I didn't even mention anything about the mastering or Steve Hoffman or anything. We just played it at a nice volume, and she remarked at the end of it, she said, wow, that sounded really good. There's another, and by the way, all the rest of these CDs that I found at Jupiter were from their dollar room. Next is another Steve Hoffman mastered title. This is Ray Charles' Greatest Hits Volume 1. And I don't think I have any Ray Charles in my CD collection. I have a few of his vinyl albums, but this was a nice addition. And again, I'm looking forward to listening to what Steve Hoffman did with it. Here's Steely Dan, The Royal Scam. on MCA from the Dollar Room. And this is a mastering of this album that I don't have on CD. So my CD, I have all of Steely Dan on vinyl. I think a complete run. But what I did was I bought this CD when I was in one of those record clubs. It was probably BMG back in the day. I bought the Citizen Steely Dan box set. Let me see if I have it within reach. I do. Let me grab it for you. Oh well, I can't grab it. It's holding up something else. But it's Citizen Steely Dan is great. It's because it's got all the albums and the stuff that they did for the FM soundtrack. But what I don't like about the Citizen Steely Dan box set is they break up the album, so it's not like one album per CD. If they finish early, they just start the next album, and that always kind of annoyed me. So I've been slowly accumulating the individual albums on CD, so I didn't have Royal Scam, and it was fun to pick that up for $1 in trade-in value. Here's Ricky Lee Jones, and the album's called Flying Cowboys. I used to have this on vinyl, but I unloaded it because I don't. The only Ricky Lee Jones I really want to have on vinyl is the first album. But her records tend to sound really good, like they're well produced, and I think they'll benefit from a CD presentation. And then one vinyl album, Christmas album for $1 in trade-in, and that is A Very Merry Christmas, Volume 7. I'm a collector of the Very Merry Christmas series, which was issued by the W.T. Grant's store back in the day. And I have almost all of them. I think there were 8 of them, and I didn't have number 7, and I still don't have number 8. You can listen to them online. There's some blogs that have ripped the vinyl, but this was really nice to find because I don't usually see 7 and 8 in the stores, just the earlier numbers. So excited to listen to this, and I hope to be reviewing some Christmas albums very soon this month. Stay tuned for that. So that's the stuff I had used up some of my store credit for. And then, as I've mentioned before, Jupiter Records has a front porch with free albums. So I always raid those stacks and see if there's anything worth taking home and exploring. And I found some stuff. Let's just go through these in random order. Barry Manilow, Greatest Hits. Don't Judge. Gatefold cover. Turns out I already have this, so I'm going to check it out and see if this vinyl is any better than the copy I have, and then I will get rid of the spare copy. I'll probably give it to someone. Yeah. This one is an oddity. I didn't even know what it was. I was just baffled by the front cover. The Windmills of Your Mind, Billy Vaughn, on Dot Records. I mean, who wouldn't pick that up for free? They do some interesting things on here. The Windmills of Your Mind, Help Yourself, Time of the Season, Wichita Lineman, Promises, and many others. Apparently this is an instrumental album. If it's worth reviewing, I will get on another video and talk about it more. But I love the cover. It's just bizarre. Here is Chet Atkins, Teensville, on Living Stereo, the RCA label. Let's check out the label for you. It's a black label. There's your shaded dog. Living Stereo. Looks pretty clean though for a free album. And Chet is one of the great picking guitarists. So got to see him live once. That was a thrill. And glad to check that one out. Should be exciting. Here's another one, Gary Lewis and the Playboys. She's Just My Style. This is on Liberty. Another freebie. And there's your label. A lot of these old 60s artists have descended to the free bins. This was kind of a nice one, A West Side Story. This is not the film soundtrack. This must be the Broadway version, but it's vintage, Columbia Masterworks, gray label, 2i, for free. And I found some Dave Clark 5. Here is Coast to Coast, featuring the hit single Any Way You Want It. I don't know why Dave Clark 5 has kind of been relegated to obscurity in a lot of ways. There's nothing wrong with that group. They're good. Try to keep these together. I think there's another Dave Clark 5 here. Here we go. Having a Wild Weekend, the Dave Clark 5 on Epic. Now, when you get these freebies, lots of times the outer jackets are in pretty bad shape. You got split seams, but for the price, who's going to complain, right? Yellow label Epic. Here's Jay and the Americans, Greatest Hits Volume 2. I don't think I have any Jay and the Americans at all. Maybe one vinyl, I'm not sure. And this is United Artists. So with artists I don't know well, that's why I go for a compilation. It's a fun starting point. And if I like it, I will do some more. Once again, don't judge. Barry Manilow Live. This album, I think I already have it. I have to double check and see, look behind me, but this was my sister's album, and I used to listen to it a lot. And he was a fun live performer, and it's on the Arista label. And again, if I already have it, I'll compare versions, and then I will gift this to some Barry Manilow fan. Found a couple Maynard Ferguson albums for free. This is an older one. I'm not sure of the year. This is called Maynard, and it includes the songs The Pharaoh, New Blue, Ole, Goodbye, Ultimate Rejection, Coldwater Canyon Blues. And I scored a really wonderful Maynard Ferguson album. Last time I rated the Free Porch at Jupiter. So I'm excited to find even more of his work. The second Maynard Ferguson album is, I have a feeling I'm going to like even more than that one. And this is just called Maynard Ferguson. But the stall material, this looks like it probably came out in the late 60s, early 70s on the Columbia label. It includes songs like Move Over by Janis Joplin, Fire and Rain, Aquarius, The Serpent, My Sweet Lord, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Your Song, Stony End by Laura Nyro, and Living in the Past by Ian Anderson. So that's like a really interesting song set. I'm excited to find out like what he did with it by when he arranged it for big band. Here's a Frank Sinatra album I didn't have. Someone to Watch Over Me. Don't know much about this one. It's on the Harmony Records label. And this one's very dirty. I'll have to clean it up. But you see that brown label. And it features lots of classic songs like Someone to Watch Over Me, one of my favorite Gershwin songs. I Couldn't Sleep a Wink Last Night, The Nearness of You, and many others. So we'll find out. Look, he looks a little bit younger there, so I'm imagining this was from the 50s or it's some reissue. And then this was an oddity I found. for free. It's called On the Move, and it features Dionne Warwick singing Wishing and Hoping, Walk On By, I've Been Loving You Too Long, Blowing in the Wind, courtesy of Scepter Records. Then Glenn Campbell's on here with Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, The Straight Life, Less of Me. He was on Capitol. And Burt Bacharach with Do You Know the Way to San Jose, Pacific Coast Highway, This Guy's in Love with You, and he comes courtesy of A&M Records. But if you see here in the bottom corner, this was a tie-in with a Chevrolet sponsored TV special on CBS. And this is the collector's album. The back cover is awesome if you're into old 70s cars. Look at these behemoths. You've got the Monte Carlo, the Caprice, and the Chevelle. I couldn't pass this up because I love Dionne, Glenn, and Burt, and it'd be nice to kind of see them married on one album. But then the Chevrolet stuff is a nice nostalgia trip. So that's it for my my trade-ins and free albums. It was, I think all told, for all these albums, I spent a total of, in cash, about $3 for the whole haul. I won't keep all the freebies. I like to listen to them and pass them on, but some of these will end up right behind me on the shelves. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. I truly would appreciate it. And let me know what you found in the comments. Or if you have comments about these particular albums, I'd love to hear them. Thanks a lot. Bye.